Hello everybody, welcome to Let's Play Jet Force Gemini, Part 3. So, after we left off last time, we just left the SS Anubis, and we had freed Vela. Decided to continue playing as Juno because, well, I just wanted to, that's kind of the way I am, I like to finish things out in a row. So, I want to get Juno through his third level, which is this one that we're at right now with these creeps, and get him to Mizar's lair. And then we'll start with Vela, probably. Actually, kind of have to at that point. Anyway, so we've landed on this, I can't remember the name of this planet, but it's, as you can see, got some creeps on it, and we'll find out what that's all about here in a little bit. This level has a boss battle at the end, and it is a longer one because it's the third one, which each character has their like initial 3 worlds that they play on, and then they have like a boss battle, and then they go to Mizar's lair. So this one might end up being 2 parts, just because I think it will be longer. We will see. Yeah. As you can tell, those zombie bugs are rather durable. They take a lot of shots to kill. But they're not much of a threat, at least not right now. There's no weapons, they're not shooting me. If I run into them, they'll hurt me, but that's kind of about it at this point. And as we progress through this spooky level, we'll find out what happened to make them this way. I done goofed, and I actually played through this level last Friday. The same day I played through SS Anubis, but my recorder messed up. It lost connection, and it said it was recording, but it didn't record. So I'm playing through it again. So yeah, don't want you guys to miss any of the goodies. What up, Jeff? Juno, what have I done? This was one of the last remaining tribal colonies. When I came to tell my people that hope was at hand, only to find Mizar's raiders here too, something snapped and I misused my powers, and now I have helped Mizar get just what he wants, death and ruin. All that negative energy has sucked the life from the land, as well as those drones. It'll take more than a few pistol blasts to stop them now. I'm afraid, so the least I can do is whip up something stronger. What a nightmare. This place looks like Mizar's bathroom. So this is how Juno gets the tri-rock. It's probably the most iconic weapon from this game. Definitely one of my favorites. It's a tri-rocket launcher, as we'll soon see here, after we watch this short clip about what happened. It was a beautiful place, wasn't it? So lovely. I just realized Jeff's staff, it has an ant head on it. I never knew what that was. I don't know why. Kind of dumb, I guess. A little slow. But yeah, it's an ant's skull. Makes me kind of wonder if Jeff's such a boss, and he can do this to them. Why does he need Jet Force to take him out? Clearly got plenty of power. Not the Dooku tree. That's how the great Dooku tree got cursed in Ocarina of Time. Jeff did it. Oh, and you always thought it was Ganon. Nope. It was Jeff. Cool, so after all that, we have this, the tri-rocket. Probably the best weapon in the game. Wow, and I didn't completely blow that door open, which really sucks. Should have only taken 1 shot. So there's going to be lots of goodies in this level, and like I mentioned, there is a boss fight at the end, so definitely going to want to stick around and see all that. We just got the grenades there, which we've already seen the ants use several times. It's just a singular grenade, blows up, creates those big blue explosions. Nice weapon. And for right now, so we just got 2 of the 10 tribals in this area. We won't be able to get the rest of the tribals in this area until a little bit later, because you need a particular item to open this hatch right here. And that would be the crowbar, which we do get later in this level. But I don't think I'm going to be coming back for them during this part, because I just want to get through the story part as fast as possible. We'll come back for the tribals later. Bam, just like that. We can now carry 15 tri-rockets instead of 5. So make sure, when you get the tri-rockets, hit up these huts. Very important. And now I'm actually going to head back to the area I just was, just to clear it out, so I can get into the locked door that was back there in the corner. You might have seen it earlier, but I didn't go back there because it was locked. It is soon to be opened. I think I completely whiffed there. This weapon just kicks ass. 3 giant explosive rockets come out of it. Doesn't get much cooler than that, does it? One shot! Take that giant disformed head. Give me that head. Give me that Becky. And that opened the door. So if you're wandering around this planet and you find the store back here and you're wondering how to open it, go get the tri-rockets first, come back, she'll open up for you. Like the ease of a mussel being cooked. It's that easy. And there's not much in this room back here, at least not that I found. There are a couple tribals, which, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to get them all, so you almost think it'd be kind of pointless for me to do that, but I think there's a health unit in here, that's why I came. Maybe not. I thought there was. I guess not. Never mind. Just kidding. I'm gonna kill these guys anyway and see if anything happens. One kind of nice thing about these zombies is that they pretty much always drop their heads. So if you're looking to farm heads, this is probably the best place to do it. Yeah, nothing there. Huh, so just tribals. Well, it's always good information. Oh, there it is. I just missed it on the way in. That's what we were looking for. I think there's one more in the solo, and then we'll have the maximum health for Juno, which will be handy, especially with the boss battle coming up at the end of this level. And I think that's actually it for section 1 of this level. It's just that room back there, and then this room right here with the church and the labyrinth beneath it. I don't think there's really any enemies down there. It's just tribals and like goodies. So there we go, half the tribals. Pretty nice. Tawfret, that's the name of this area, this world, this planet. I'm not sure if I mentioned it the first time I thought I was recording this. I think I remember what Juno Vela and Lupus's powers are each their individual specialization. Juno can walk in lava. Vela can swim underwater, which I think I've already mentioned that. And Lupus can use his jets without a jetpack pad, making it easier for him to like get to places like that, where I can't really go right now. Oops, didn't mean to throw that. Come on. There we go. Seems like 10 seems to be the pretty common number for tribals in any given area right now. Is this? I think this is an elevator. Yep. Cool. Onward. It's not too exciting of a level thus far, but this part gets a little tricky. I died here the last time. If I can not go backwards, that would be great. So if this is your first time seeing it, this floating junk around me is invincibility or invulnerability that I picked up, which I'm not really sure why it was right there, because these guys really aren't doing that much damage to me. They hit me, they do. I think they take away 2 health bars per shot, but it wasn't really much of a threat, as you saw. I don't know if I should be aiming for their heads directly. It seems like sometimes they die quicker than 3 shots. So maybe if I aim straight for their heads, I'll kill them quicker. The body shot just seems to be the safest way, because as you guys know, I have trouble with the aiming reticle sometimes, and hitting the head is not always the easiest when you can just hit them in the body. You guys will have to keep track and let me know in the comments if there's a change in color of the enemy's lasers, if it does more damage or less damage to me. I haven't really paid attention, but I think that's a thing. These ones are purple and they're doing two units of damage each. So I'm thinking that there will be a difference. Yep, headshot, 2 hits. Pro tip, shoot him in the brain. Oh no. I hate these guys. So yeah, they're shooting red. Maybe I should let them hit me. Oh, ow, ow! I think those do 3. Or more. That does a lot of damage. Shit, 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 shit. Die, you mutant thing! I don't understand, like, all his units are bugs, and then all the air units are, like, just robots, just metal contraptions. Doesn't make any sense, because bugs generally fly on their own. So you'd think having an air force would be easy. Ah, fuck. I mean, poop. Yeah, this area is a little difficult. I'm trying to conserve my machine gun ammo for an upcoming part that's rather difficult. That's why I was not using it on them. I'm not really sure why I'm saving my tri-rockets. I guess I should just use these. Those floating guys. The only thing is, the further away the target is from the tri-rocket, it's a little bit iffy if you're going to hit them. as much because the rockets rotate. The outside ones do around the middle. And you might only end up hitting them with one. Whereas hitting them with three would obviously be the best option. We will kill it. Melted him. Shit. These guys are just gonna stare at me. Right in the face. Oh, they come out of nowhere. Creeps. I'm sorry about this whole him going down to the ground thing. I'm still not really sure what triggers that. It's like if I'm running and then I hit. Running and just tap down, he stops dead in his tracks and he gets down. Which is almost never helpful. Almost always a hindrance. Okay, so this is what I saved my machine gun ammo for. And this is why they have the invincibility. Those guys will rip you up if you don't take them out while you still have invincibility. That went pretty well. Last time they killed me. So that was a good result. I bet this is machine gun ammo, so I probably didn't have to save it, but yeah. Oh well, better safe than sorry. We're making good time. So these ants are weird. They're like aqua ants. I don't think I can hit them while they're down there. And there are a ton of them in this area. And they're kind of strong. They're much stronger than the blue ants. These are the leaf cutters, apparently. They don't move as fast, though, which is kind of nice. They move pretty slow. Out of the water, you piece of junk. So hard to aim down. Didn't like that too much. How much ammo does that take when I charge? 5? 5 shots? No, it only takes 1. That's awesome. That's a good deal. So it only really is a sacrifice of time. Yeah, you best be giving up, boy. I'll kill you anyway. So if you didn't know better, you might just take that route that I just take and leave the area. But of course this is Jet Force and nothing's that simple. There we see an underwater cave. You have to come back as Vela to get that. But if you come over here, more bad guys, first of all. Oh, snap. Those grenades are freaking me out because they will wreck me. Ah! Maybe not as much as I thought. That one looked like it was a direct hit. Shot that one out of the air. Cool. So I think I killed them all in the area, I hope. They're kind of like the zombies. They seem to come out of the woodworking, though. Anyway, you want to come to this island, and up in this tree there will be a pair of pants that we will need later on to get the crowbar that I mentioned earlier. which is kind of Juno's other specialty item. The other jet forcers never get the crowbar. So he's the only one who can open hatches, and that kind of comes into play later on when you're collecting tribals and ship parts and stuff. Is this the door? I thought maybe it was just a black spot on the wall. Okay. So now we are in this area, which is kind of a puzzle bit before the next section of the level, the third section, which I believe is the final section. And another reason I wanted to play this part before playing with Vela is because of this right here. It's Floyd, the little robot guy up in the top right corner above Vela. Ahem. Good day. Sorry, that's British. I want to do robot. Good day. Would that be official Jet Force uniform? How interesting. Mizar claimed to have destroyed you all. I am, or I was, called Floyd. I was created along with many, many others to form an elite airborne squadron, but accidentally. But recently Mizar's methods have led me to doubt his cause. Such are the drawbacks of advanced AI, I'm afraid. To cut a long story short, my misgivings were not appreciated, and the drones decided to make an example of me. They scattered 3 of my most vital components, and rather crucially nailed me to this post. Needless to say, all previous loyalties have been compromised. If you could possibly lend a hand in assembling me, I guarantee you my full service in restoring justice where Mizar has trodden. All I need are those 3 missing parts. Whether or not you decide to help, I'd be glad to fill you in on the whole story behind this embarrassing situation if you have a spare moment. Now we get to watch a little video. So many videos in this early gameplay. I think this is like one of the last ones. There'll be probably a couple more, but yeah. I wonder if ants really sound like pigs. If you were small enough to hear them talk, if they made talking sounds. Sorry, I'm messing with my mic. What a hero. It's quite impressive that his components are out there getting rained on and he's still functioning. So, we are going to find Floyd's parts. And they're all right here in this very area. Not really hidden all that well. So, well, I guess, I don't know. 2 of them are kind of hard to find, one of them's pretty easy. So we're going to come in the building right beneath Floyd and get the flare, which is kind of a useless item. They do act kind of like the fish food, I think, in that you can throw them and the ants will chase after them. And I guess that's kind of cool, kind of useful. I never really use it, or have used it, but I could see how it might be used. And there are some dark sections where the flare might kind of come in handy, but it ends up creating a lens flare itself, believe it or not, that kind of neutralizes any benefit it might have. You'll see here in a minute when we go into the dungeon. That guy's freaking eyes. Whoa! Looks like everything's still really uncool and heavy. Name's Gimlet. Those little furry guys used to let me live out here in peace. I'm not used to all this freaky techno-fear magic stuff. One minute everything's groovy, the next Mizar's goons come pillaging in. Then Jeff appears, goes freaky and turns everything pear-shaped. I'm staying in here, nursing my karma until things are cool again. But listen, man,
I've got a bit of a problem. In all the confusion, one of those insect guys stole my pants and threw them up in a tree. Could you see if they're still around? I've only got one pair.
And that's why we grabbed the pants out of the tree earlier.
Oh wow, they're okay. Press A button to give them to me, or press the B button if you like. You want to keep them or something?
Nah, you can have them. Smell like frog farts.
You don't know how grateful I am. This cold wind's been killing me.
Blah 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 blah. He gives me the crowbar.
Cool. Thanks, dude.
I'm gonna pick up this upgrade. Pistol capacity. I think the pistol is way up there now. Should be like 800, 600. Okay, never mind. My last playthrough, I was up to 800 at one point. I don't know if I'm missing something. Must be missing something. What's this here? This is Jet Force. We don't take any captives. No hostages. Sniper rifle. Cool. I can only think of a few times that I've used the sniper in this game. Just because the aiming isn't that great, and like, okay, yeah, you get the increased zoom and stuff, but it's still pretty hard to use. And not very functional. So you probably won't see me using that all that much. So anyway, here's the first Floyd part. You jump across the church there. I think it looks like a church. Maybe it's not. Anyway, onto this wall. And there you go. Cool music plays. Try and make that jump back, but I never make it. So the next, you'll want to head down the chimney. And you say, but wait, the fire was on when you went in there. And I say, yeah, well, we don't go into the fireplace. We go down into the catacombs instead. Haha, joke's on you. Yeah. So now we're down here, and you're going to want to go this way instead of to the right. Go straight across. The right is to the exit when you first enter, and this way is to the tribals and the flight part. Pick up these coins as tokens. We'll need those later on. And then it kind of circles back. So I guess you could have gone right or straight. Just make sure you don't go this way, which is technically to the right as well. You may have seen that walled off area back there where I picked up the tribals and the Floyd part. And you're saying, how do you get back there? Well, I'll show you. So, exiting, you come back out through that door. And we'll jump up here. And now that we have the crowbar, we'll come back underneath Floyd into this building where we picked up the flares. And voila, the hatch opens. Do a little more. Okay, so I'll show you what the flare looks like. Yeah, see, it's super bright, like in your reticle. Or you can toss it, like so. Really just not that helpful, I don't think. So down here there's another tribal and another robot component. And now we can put Floyd back together. I think that's all the tribals in this section of this area. Once we put Floyd back together, I think we'll be entering the castle and heading towards the boss, and hopefully the rest of the tribals will be at that point. I haven't gotten past putting Floyd together, so we're all caught up. talk to him, please. Hello again. I don't suppose you stumbled across any of my missing components? Oh, this even has a cool cutscene. Dope. So Floyd, he has his own missions, which I've talked about earlier. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but if you can play 2-player in the campaign now with Floyd. Somebody else just plugs a controller in, and they operate Floyd, who has infinite ammo. So actually pretty useful little buddy. That's always how I used to play with my cousins, was I'd generally be Floyd. So this is the only part of this section, it appears. We are missing some tribals. And I think they might be across that gap at that hut that I mentioned Lupus getting to. It's the only thing I can think of. Or in that underwater one where Vela's supposed to go. Either way, we're not going to get them, so we're going to move on. And we are 33 minutes in right now, so I'm going to end this part and start a new part. Part 4, I guess, will be when Juno faces off against the boss of this world and then heads to Mizar's lair. So tune in for part 4. It's going to be action-packed. This next section is going to be nuts. Thanks for tuning in, guys.